They say it takes a village to raise a child, because children need a lot of different people to look out for them. Families can use all the help they can get. After all, no parent is perfect. That's why McCoy leads the Early Intervention and Prevention Initiative. We want to showcase all of the excellent programs in our city that help families learn and grow together. Because when we learn and grow together, we make our village a better place to live. Thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoy this episode of Our Kids, Our Families, Our Communities.
Hello, my name is Latasha Hudson. I'm with McCoy. Thank you for joining us for today's episode of Our Kids, Our Families, Our Communities. Today we're going to be talking about community engagement. I'd like to have my guests introduce themselves.
Hello, my name is Camille Anderson with the Children's Bureau NACS program, and I also work in partnership with the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department as a community liaison out of their community engagement office as well.
My name is Satin Howard. I'm the Outreach Coordinator for Children's Bureau Neighborhood Alliance for Child Safety Program.
I am Dan Brumfield. I'm the Vice President of Community-Based Services with Children's Bureau.
Awesome. Well, thank you all for being here today. I really appreciate you taking the time. Dan, can you tell us a little bit about Children's Bureau and what they're doing to provide resources for our families in the community?
So the Children's Bureau has been around for a little over 165 years.
Wow.
Serving families starting in Marion County, but now across 47 different counties in Indiana. We've got programs on both the prevention and intervention sides. Basically, we're looking to identify families and children in need, focused specifically on children who are at risk for abuse and neglect, and making sure that we have services and community resources available to help them.
Great. Satin, can you tell us about the NACS program?
Neighborhood Alliance for Child Safety has been in existence since 1999, started as a pilot program through the Children's Bureau and has now expanded throughout the state of Indiana and is now called Community Partners for Child Safety in the rest of the regions. NACS is a program that provides free, voluntary, home-based case management services to families in Marion County. Families can qualify by having children ages 0 to 17 living in their home and not be actively involved with the Department of Child Services, healthy families, or juvenile probation. Once families come into our program, we connect them with community liaisons who goes out into the home and work with the families for up to 3 months, connecting them to those different resources in the community.
Great. It sounds like you're helping, evolve the family, create that positive family unit. And Camille, do you work directly with Satin on that?
Yes, I work as a liaison, so I work directly with the families, getting them connected to the resources, also helping them to build positive supports within the resources and recognizing the strengths that they have within themselves as well.
Awesome. Well, could you give me an example of what that may look like for a family? How do they get in touch with you? How does the process begin?
So families can either contact us themselves, so we get obtain self-referrals, or they can get connected with us through agencies as well. So any community agencies or community partners can also refer families to our organization. Once we get a referral, they are assigned with a liaison like myself, and then I contact the family to see if they are interested in the program, because our program is free, but it's voluntary as well. Once I connect with them, I meet with them in the home, because we are a home-based program, or we try to meet with them wherever they are. So whether that's in the community or in a shelter, wherever they might be at that time, we try to meet with them and make sure they get connected to the appropriate resources. They come up with a few goals. Usually we try to have the families come up with at least 3 goals. And during our 3 months that we work with the families, we try to get them connected to as many resources as possible to help meet their needs in conjunction with whatever goals that they came up with.
That's great. And we'll provide the referral information on the show, so that way if there's any families viewing today, they can be able to get in contact with you. Well, I brought you on today because you all are planning a phenomenal event for November 4th, and I wanted you all to be able to have an opportunity to tell our audience about that so we can get people to attend.
So November 4th, we are having a community resource day. It's Children's Bureau, IMPD, and also Big Brothers and Big Sisters. We're all partnering together to bring resources to the community. The event is going to be November 4th from 11 to 2. It's going to be held at the JTV Hill Center, and the address is 1806 North Columbia. During that time, our goal is to provide families with direct services at this event. So we have invited a lot of providers who can do things such as health screenings, get families signed up for after-school programs or mentoring programs, and we're also going to have some giveaways. Right now, we are still in the process of having a coat drive where we're calling all the community members to help us collect coats for this event, and we're going to give out gently used and new coats to families who are involved in the event, and we also are planning to give away hats and gloves as well.
So if I want to donate a coat, hat, glove, how do I go about and do that?
You can contact myself, Camille Anderson, and we are also collecting items at Family Place, our Temple address, 3801 North Temple. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
We're collecting coats there, and also you can bring them to our next central office. Right now we're at 3266 North Meridian, but we will be moving to the Temple address as well soon.
Okay, fantastic. And Dan, tell us about Children's Bureau and how important this community engagement is for your organization as well as the families that you serve.
Well, anytime we can partner with other agencies in the community, we have a bigger impact on families. We work a lot with the Department of Child Services on the intervention services, and so these are families that have crossed over into the child welfare system for a given reason, and we're trying to offer them home-based services. We engage fathers, do father engagement services to try to help the dads get back involved with their kids. We're also doing home-based counseling, home-based case management services as well. And so on that side of things, again, we're trying to partner with as many agencies as possible. On the prevention side, we're trying to help kids and families get their needs met before they ever cross over.
Okay.
The thought being is that if we can hook them up with the right people and the right resources, then they'll be able to meet their needs outside of anybody else's help, quite honestly. And so we do that through a lot of the services through community partners as well as some of these events that we're trying to partner with now.
All right. And I think you have a Community Connections, either a calendar or resource that our families can access as well?
We do. We have a Facebook page, Children's Bureau Community Connections page, and it will have links to events like this as well as links across Central Indiana.
Great. Fantastic. So Satin, tell us a little bit about how you work with the community providers to provide these resources for the families.
Some of the things that I do is work with different organizations to partner with them to provide different events in the community. So we usually try to come alongside of different organizations to provide resource fairs. This year we were working with St. Luke United Methodist Church as well as several other churches and Washington Township Schools. We provided a back to school extravaganza, which we were able to provide 1,300 children with backpacks, school supplies, new shoes, socks. They had dental screenings and just a whole array of different services that were available to them. We also partnered with Department of Child Services, Child Advocates and Choices, and provided a free kids fair where children were able to come and also receive backpacks and school supplies. We also did a helmet fitting, and so children walked away with helmets. I think we gave out 300 and something helmets that day, as well as each event also had a resource portion where they were able to go to all of the different vendors to receive the different services that they need. And not only was that for the families that were attending, but also the different agencies were able to go to each other and find out, network, and learn about the different services that are available. We also partnered with Pike Township Fire Department this year and did a bicycle safety event and provided safety event information for children, as well as IMPD was out there helping us with the bicycle courses and different things like that, and we also passed out helmets for that. We partnered with Stars for Children and Head Start this year for Prevent Child Abuse Month, and we were able to have the children plant pinwheel gardens outside of all 9 locations in Marion County, as well as they were able to do a project where they were able to make their own pinwheels and plant pinwheel gardens inside of the school, or they could take their activities home, or they could invite the families in, and the parents could come in and work with the children as well to be able to provide those services. So
Wow, it sounds like you're doing a lot of prevention work in our community, which is exciting to hear. We know that child abuse, neglect, and juvenile delinquency has an effect on our community and our families. So providing these positive resources gives them an advantage to be able to combat those challenges that may occur, those risk factors. If I'm an organization and I would like to partner with you, how do I go about that?
We're stumped. No. Basically, just reach out.
Okay.
You know, any of the Children's Bureau offices, somebody can come in and just stop by and say, hey, you know, I'd like to know more about what you're offering, what your services are about. You can always reach out to one of us directly. Just say, hey, we've got this event coming up. We'd love it if Children's Bureau could be a part of it, or could even help just organize resources and those sorts of things. I think a lot of the partnerships that we're building now are very organic in that way. You know, we're constantly going around and introducing ourselves in the community, and somebody will recommend somebody else for us to talk to and somebody else for us to meet. And so, you know, the three of us have done a lot of that over the last several months. And, you know, for us, it's a chance to get to know not only the faces and the names that are out there, but really to get a sense of what programs are there. Marion County is very program rich. It's just that people don't know what's there. And so I think through the work that we're doing, obviously through the work that McCoy's doing, we're trying to make sure that families have the information, have the phone numbers, have the emails, have whatever it is, and know where to go to get their services and get their needs met.
Right. Well, you all were nodding while Dan was talking about that. Would you like to add something to that as well?
Yes, as a liaison, I feel like we bridge the gap between resources and the families that actually need the resources. So that's kind of our goal, is to not only make families more knowledgeable of what resources there are available, but also how to navigate through those services as well, because that's very important to families. Sometimes just giving them information or a pamphlet isn't enough for them, so we try to work alongside them to say, here's a resource, let me show you how to use it. And let me show you how this can benefit your family. And that typically is very empowering for families, because then they can take that information, and when we pull out, now they know, if I have a crisis, I know what it is that I can do. I know who it is that I can reach out to, and I know how to make sure my family and my children are safe.
Wow, that's great. Because a lot of times when you're in that situation and you have a crisis as a result of stress or any factors that may have arisen in your life, you know, you're sometimes, your mind is like, what do I do next? So it sounds like you are a great resource to funnel those effective pieces of the puzzle. So, you know, sometimes it's like, I don't have all the pieces, but I can contact Children's Bureau, I can contact NACS, and you can help me put those pieces together and help me make sure my family is getting the support that they needed. Thank you, Camille, Satin, and Dan, for being here today on our episode of Our Kids, Our Families, and Our Communities. Thank you, viewers, for watching our episode today. You can also go back and look at more episodes of our shows on demand. Thank you once again, and have a great day.